Hi, today I thought I'd take a look at DC's finest, Wonder Woman, The Legend of Wonder Woman. This is a trade paperback that just came out. It's part of DC's DC Finest line. I'm really enjoying these. It's kind of doing what the Epic Collections did for Marvel. It's collecting stuff that they're curating, different stories and things and runs and putting them into these. Although I think DC's doing a better job of that than Marvel. That might be a controversial opinion here. This is basically collecting the year leading up to Crisis. So the final adventures of pre-Crisis Wonder Woman and The Legend of Wonder Woman, which is, I think it was issues 1 to 3 or something like that. No, 1 to 4. Now, I had that collection, The Legend of Wonder Woman 1 to 4, in a Kindle set that came from Comixology. I'm assuming there was a reprint of it before, but they're claiming that there hadn't been a reprint for a long, long time. And that was a fun little adventure. It was basically a sew-up of all of the, like a sum-up of all of the different iterations of Wonder Woman collected in one big adventure. So let's take a look at what's inside. This is wonderful stuff. There isn't enough Wonder Woman collections, in my opinion. So here you see the different issues. This is 306. Art by Gil Kane. 307, 308, 309. So going all the way up to the final Wonder Woman. And here you see 306 here with the invisible jet. Yeah, I think that Wonder Woman has gotten a short shrift in terms of the her media presence. Here's the Superman 3 sweepstakes, so 1983, heading into 84 and 85 with Crisis. Yeah, I think that like her rogues gallery was never properly built out in the in media and stuff, and in terms of like promoting the character more. Her TV show was pretty awesome. There's some characters from like World War II and stuff like that in there. Here's Elongated Man in this Wonder Woman comic. Here she snaps some sort of bondage. There's Black Canary, pretty cool. There's Wonder Woman 309, still art by Don Heck. And Dan Mishkin writer. Ares Triumphant, who dares defy the god of war? Yes, the post-crisis Wonder Woman run is fantastic. It's legendary. But I like the pre-crisis version of these characters because it's basically the baseline of these characters. And characters and concepts and situations that they go back to time and again. That happened a lot with Superman. Great Hair of Gremlins. So yeah, Gremlins, which is a very World War II concept. This is issue 311. You got Steve Trevor, or an iteration of Steve Trevor. There's issue 312. Zoom ahead a bit. Issue 313. Circe returns. Of course, Circe was one of the first villains Wonder Woman fought in the post-crisis age. Circe's Revenge. There's a bunch of Amazons and stuff. Here's Diana Prince. Wonder Woman 316. She's her old self again, and she means business, so she's like tougher and stuff. This guy's awesome. Still artist Don Heck, with inks by Todd Klein. Oh no, I think it's I think Don Heck's both pencils and inks. Correct me if I'm wrong. Todd Klein is letters. Here's 317. At the Gates of Hades. There's more of these gremlins. Zoom ahead here. Oh, this is awesome. There's 319. plus the Huntress. I don't think the Huntress's story will be represented in here. They're doing a lot of these backup things at this time as well in DC Comics. Dr. Cyber's lair. More Dr. Cyber. This is a cool iteration of Dr. Cyber. Pretty neat. That's very toyetic. I don't know if they ever made a figure of that. Oh, what's this? This is Superman Wonder Woman DC Comics Presents 76. Blue Devil. Uh, 323. We're getting to the end here of Pre-Crisis. 324. Atomic Knight. Pretty cool. I don't know if that's an iteration of the Atomic Knights that were supposed to be characters in a post World War setting, World War III setting. The new Atomic Knight. This is 325. More of those gremlins. $327. The end of everything begins. Yep, they're not lying. 328. And Wonder Woman 329. 48-page final issue, A Universe Besieged. So this is meant to be the final Wonder Woman of the pre-crisis age. And you know, a lot of people talk about the final Superman. Like how great that story is and one of the great Superman stories. No one talks about the final stories of a lot of these other characters, including Wonder Woman, and this final story, which is a giant battle of the Amazons and Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman finally getting hitched. That's never talked about. Don't know why. I don't think there's enough love for Wonder Woman. She's been a continuously published character since like the 40s. So here is the legend of Wonder Woman. So this is a big sum up of everything about her. Big soup to nuts Wonder Woman here. She fights this big like fish man. Different eras of the character. It's a very classic Wonder Woman. See, with that hairstyle and everything. The Kangas from I think they're in post-crisis too, but I remember them from pre-crisis. And that's the end. Here are the other different things. Of course, that's like just the beginnings of Superman, Batman Year 1 and 2, Origins and Omens. It's probably a more modern take on the character. Yeah, here are all the different ones. I ordered some of the more esoteric stuff. I've got the Gorilla World trade paperback coming, so that's really cool. I don't think that's ever been like put together in a trade paperback. So yeah, that's what you get with this wonderful trade paperback of Wonder Woman. I highly recommend this. This is great. They don't have enough Wonder Woman collections like this. It's always Batman and Superman and other stuff, but like this is great. Like they do more Harley Quinn than they do Wonder Woman nowadays. So I highly recommend this. This is really great stuff. If you want to see what she was doing in the final days of pre-crisis, it's fantastic. So if you like what you saw, please give a like to this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Lots of great comic book stuff on here. So until next time, take care.